Hey guys, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I am going to be doing a first impressions on the NATASHA DENONA Glam Face Palette. And I have not touched this palette, not once. I haven't touched anything in it. It's completely brand new. I just opened it up from my delivery yesterday. And I'm not really sure what we're going to find here, but I want to try it out. And so maybe you can figure out if you want to purchase it or buy it for yourself. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and start with this crease color right here, kind of a peachy brown. I'm going to use my MAC 224. My eyelash extension came off at the end of my eye, and I'm going to replace it when I'm done, but I didn't want to put it on while I'm doing my eye makeup if it's going to be still drying. Okay, just putting it in my crease color here. I always start on the outside, whether that's correct or not. I've listened to many people who says there's no rules in makeup, so that's what I'm doing. I purchased this palette because I saw a YouTuber use it, and I've bought NATASHA DENONA products, and I only really have kept one after using it. I think it was the Sunset palette I have. And I really don't gravitate to it too much because a lot of the colors are just so similar, and they're all pretty much like a burnt color. And that's what I really like about this palette. Nothing is like a burnt orange. It's either like a brown or a peachy brown. Nothing is like a burnt. I would call this like a burnt red blush right here. But nothing for the eye. Like a lot of the Sunset palette was all very monochromatic. So I'm just getting the crease color established. I always start on the outside and I go in the inside. Just kind of a nice little neutral here. We're only going to do one more color. I'm going to change brushes. I'm going to use my ColourPop E2. And I'm going to use a little bit of the darker, this says transition color. I said crease color. This one says crease on it. So I'm going to use that one. And then I'm going to try some of the shimmer. Now, I've not really been wearing a lot of shimmer lately. I feel like shimmer makes me older. I don't know if that's true, but I just feel like natural matte colors is more complementing to my age and the look that I'm trying to achieve, which is usually just complementing my eyes rather than trying to bring a lot of attention. But I saw this color, and when she put it on her eyelid, I was like, I want to try that. So maybe you'll feel like that too. Okay, now if you see me looking off to the side, it's because I'm using my phone as my camera. So let's go ahead. I'm going to use it says inner corner and outer corner for the shimmers here. And I'm going to be naughty, and I'm just going to use the outer corner one. I'm going to put it on with my fingertip because I always feel like they apply better. Okay, yeah, that's what I was seeing on her video as well. Just really, really beautiful, and just almost reminds me of like a princess eye. Just very, very beautiful. I'm trying to blend it into my brow, my eye bone, my orbital bone, just so it's not so harsh. Wow, that's really pretty. I was impressed on the video, and I'm even more impressed in person. Can you see that? Wow. I really love that. I have, like I just explained, I've used a lot of NATASHA DENONA products over the years, and always still been a little bit disappointed. I have to tell you that I am not disappointed. Just look at that. It just looks so ethereal? Is that a word? Just like I'm speechless. Now, it is moving around a lot in the pan. As I'm moving around the color, it is a little bit almost like a, not paste, but I definitely can tell it's going to stay in place because it's got a little bit of a wetness to it. Not wet per se, like a watery wet, but just, it's pasty. It's buttery, but more moisture than a like, you know, I'm not explaining it very well. But it is definitely not a powder, just a plain powder. And I'd almost liken it to like some of my pots, my eyeshadow pots. This reminds me of that. Okay. Okay. Now I'm definitely sold. Okay. To finish it off, I'm going to use a little brush, an E9 from ColourPop. I'm going to go ahead and get the smoke color, which is at the very end here. And I'm just going to give a little more dimension in the corner here, just very lightly. I just tapped the pan and just lightly. I don't want this to be a dramatic look. Just lightly. Wow, I am just totally sold. I purchased this during the Sephora event because I'm a Rouge VIP customer. And I'm glad that I spent the money because this is a great palette. It's not an everyday palette, in my opinion, unless you're just using the mattes, because the shimmers just step it up a notch. Okay, I'll be right back.